and welcome to Grandad's Reviews. In this episode I'm going to look at what lenses I'm using on my X-T3. I do use Fuji lenses, but I also use some vintage lenses, and I have been using the Minolta MD vintage lenses from the 60s, 70s and whatever. But just lately I've started to use the Minolta AF lenses, which Sony did take over in the end, and these are from the 90s, so they've got better coatings, less prone to flaring and that sort of thing. So what I'm going to look at today is this Minolta 100 to 300. Which I've been using for wildlife videography. It's got a good range, and I've been using it with a dumb adapter on the X-T3. Which obviously at 300 gives me a 450 5.6. Now the one disadvantage with these is that the aperture is actually controlled via the Minolta camera normally, and so there's no aperture ring actually on the lens, and the only way you can control it is through one of the dumb adapters. This is one of the dumb adapters I've got. This is a K&F concept one, and obviously in its basic form it converts this A mount to Fuji mount, but what it also does is gives me control of the aperture, and this one is clicked, and after a bit of testing I found that each click is half a stop, so you can work out what aperture you're on. This is an f4.5 at 100mm, 5.6 at 300mm. So when the aperture's wide open, and obviously I'm at 4.5 at 100 and 5.6 at 300, and then each click is half a stop closed down. So at 5.6 at 300, if I go down 2 clicks, and down at f8. So that's how I've been using this lens. Now the only other disadvantage I found with this particular lens, and it might just be this one I've actually purchased, manual focus okay, but when I'm doing the fine manual focus it's a little bit notchy and it's not smooth. Now this might just be this particular one, because my other lenses I've got that have the same focusing ring are a lot smoother, so I think it's just this particular version I've picked up. But it is quite easy to focus, and you've got a focus scale on the actual camera. Now I've got two dumb adapters, and the reason for that is a little bit strange. K&F one is the one I first got, because I like the idea of the clicked aperture. Not so good in video, but for doing stills it was fine. And that fits my X-T30, my X-T1, but it won't fit my X-T3. You can start it, but it's really tight and you can't really do it up. So I was given this Photodiox one. Now this has got the same aperture control, but it's not clicked, which is actually better for video. I've marked off some markings on it so I know one stops, the position for each one stop. But this fits the X-T3 perfectly. It's a nice tight fit, but I can actually get on easily, so I've had to get this one just so I can use it on the X-T3. So what I've gone out with the 100-300 to a local canal here that's got swans and things, and I've done some filming. So what we'll do is we'll get that in the computer, see what the quality is like, and then make a final assessment. Let's have a look. Right, so having a look at the footage on the computer and do my final edits on it. Super impressed with this Minolta lens. I've got it with a hood, like so. Caps, front and rear. £30 off eBay, and yeah, super impressed. The sharpness is excellent, the colour is lovely. Yes, I've done a little bit of grading on the computer just to get it spot on how I want it, but I think for the money I can't go wrong. Yes, I know I've got no aperture ring on here, and how I've actually done it using one of these dumb adapters. You soon get used to it, and most of the time I'm shooting with it wide open. So at wide open I know it's 4.5 at 100, 5.6, and if I want to close it right down, I know I'm right down to f22. So yeah, I think for what I've paid for it, it's given me excellent results, and it's given me another range I can use on the X-T3. Now I've got other AF lenses, Minolta A mount, and we'll have a look at those in future videos. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. you want to see more videos like this, hit that subscribe button. If you want to be notified, hit that bell button. Until next time, see you later.